Is it in here?
See, the thing is,
Yeah, it is.
I want all the smoke.
Why it's so ugly,
I'm
girl?
gonna hold you.
Eat me out.
Show will and I do it
Damn.
back. I'm gay, bitch. My nails say I'm gay.
Then leave. Then leave. Then what?
Then leave.
Okay. Time to go. I'm out.
Ow. Get that head, then leave. Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. Okay, all
Club
right, all
Godzilla.
right. All right, wait, why
Club
did I not know he
Godzilla.
said that? Wait, I liked
Club
the anthem of the
Godzilla.
woman, but now I'm just dicking bitches down. No.
Sounds good to me.
No. No.
Get that bread, get that head, then leave.
Then leave. I ain't gonna hold you though. Like, if I'm getting head, I'm also getting dick.
Yeah.
I've never been one that could be like, oh my God,
neither.
okay, you could just give me head. That's all I want. We are grown.
Because by then I'm hyped. So then you got me, if it's good, then I'm hyped. Now I'm going to want it. Now I'm going to want the dick after that.
Well, I ain't gonna hold you. If, fellas, you're listening and a woman has allowed you to just give her head then leave, not only does she blatantly disrespect you, your dick is little, period.
Or
what?
Or you didn't do a good job eating around.
Oh.
In which case it's like, you failed the preliminary round.
Oh.
This was your trial and you didn't get there. You didn't get me there.
I mean,
where
I ain't
need
gonna
to.
hold you though. I've had partners that didn't give head but gave great dick.
Oh.
So, like, yes,
I need
but,
both.
But if you're someone who is going downtown trying to show out and it ain't good, oh, honey.
Oh, honey.
Oh, honey. This is probably going to
honey.
end bad, and I am going to save these coochie muscles for someone else.
Well,
because y'all know apparently there's miles. Y'all loosen us up. That too. Look, I'm looking at. I want to debunk all the myths.
It's not a real thing.
Babies come out and y'all still talk about baby mamas and women with kids that have tight cooches. I guarantee you, your penises are not doing anything to our walls. They are still intact.
no. I mean, maybe right after sometimes you might.
Okay, maybe right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Right
why
after.
they say. That's why they say what? You got to wait 6 weeks. Bro, the pussy right back to
Sometimes-
normal after 6 weeks. That's all it
Yeah,
takes.
that's all it
After a
takes.
whole human being done just poked out that shit.
Women are amazing. Shout out to us.
We are. Shout out to us, and shout out to us making it to episode 40-4. We hear y'all. Hold on. Can I give us a round of applause?
Yes.
Because listen.
Yes, you can.
God motherfucking goddamn.
I'm really
we
happy
are
that
here.
we're here.
I mean, some people don't know how we're here.
I mean,
I've questioned how we're here some days, but let's go ahead and give it to us, baby. Oh, there we go. Fucking shout out to Bridget and I for holding down the fort.
Yeah.
Over here on the motherfucking JBN amidst fucking chaos. We've stayed true to who we are. Near and dear to all of our nieces and nephews, and I really do. I appreciate
and our friends
y'all.
with benefits, and we thank
Yes,
y'all. We thank y'all for
yes.
taking your talents and your coins to Patreon. For See the Thing Is, for all the bonus episodes that you get to enjoy with Mandy and myself, and we enjoy connecting with y'all just as much as you enjoy watching.
It's been fun, and this past week we dropped our episode with Devon Terrell,
Yes.
which was one of my favorite.
Mine too. Mine too.
Well, one of my favorite episodes. We went into his artistry and it was fun. And yeah, he's also semi a part of the fam, I guess. He's over there on the Need to Know podcast over
Yes.
there with
Savon
Alex and
Alex.
Savon.
Yes.
But yeah, it's dope over there. I guess, how was your week? Y'all know I'm coming in tanned, baby. I was in Cabo, and if you follow me on the goddamn gram, I was showing out in the swimsuits,
I was
baby.
jealous because I told y'all the week prior I was
You
in
in a
Costa
jungle.
Rica. I was in Costa Rica on on a real world road rules challenge, like
I used to love that show.
Survivor, Survivor Island activities. You know what I'm saying? That was my vacation, and then I watched Mandy's stories all week long. My week was pretty good though, to be honest. As much as I was hating that I was not on the beach with you, I actually had a good week because I had my boyfriend's daughter was with us all week.
Oh, come on, stepmom duty.
And I was terrified that I was gonna fuck up making sandwiches in the morning, and but it was great. It was really great. I got to spend a lot of time with her, so I was really happy about that. It was really fun.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I thought I was finna die.
Why?
Not from liquor, y'all. Let me tell y'all what happened real quick. Because this is definitely an auntie story, okay? This is how I knew a bitch was getting old. So we at this restaurant downtown. I don't even remember the goddamn name, but it was right next to Senor Frogs. Because I was like, bitch, I don't want to go to let's go to something like that's only in Cabo.
Yeah.
So we go to this restaurant and we order like chips and salsa. I hear one of my friends ask for queso. Now I know that means cheese. So I'm like, okay, I already know I'm good on salsas. Like, I don't really like salsas. I ain't even really a Pico De Ghetto type of bitch either. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's De Ghetto. I be like, quesadilla meat. Anywho, so the
Don't
chips-
mind my friend. She's Pico De Ghetto. Don't mind her. Don't mind her.
You're not gonna do that because I'm still being called Danny DeVito. So don't add anything to the list of
Danny
names.
DeVito is Pico De Ghetto. We gotta come up with a song.
No, bitch.
Now I'm gonna record a song.
You gotta add the chocolate starfish in there, then I'm with it, baby.
We can.
Nah. So anyway, the chips come out, right? I guess I was on my phone during the warning that was given by the server. So it's all these sauces, bitch. I'm like, God damn, there's a green one, a brown one, a fucking yellow one. There's all these different color sauces. So I'm like, bet, I know red be me hot.
Right.
And the yellow one, bitch, I thought that was the queso. Because, bitch, cheese is yellow, no?
Right.
So, bitch, I scooped that motherfucker up, put it in my mouth. That's all she wrote.
Pause.
Bitch, it wasn't queso. It was the one that they said was the spiciest on the platter of habanero, bitch. When I tell you, all I know is I ate the chip, bitch, I had to stand up. I stood up. I couldn't even sit down any longer. I said, I need water. I said, this is not cheese. Bitch, all I know is literally 10 minutes later, I said, no, what is this? What is this? No, bitch, hell. You know how Nas danced on the devil in his video and was in hell?
No.
Hell was taking place inside my body.
Oh, no.
And literally for
and
those...
you didn't have your Pepsid, huh?
Bitch, no! For those of y'all who do not know, I have really bad acid reflux.
Yes.
So, bitch, here I go on vacation. Anybody got Tums? Does anybody have anything? Because my body is on fire. And, bitch, they were just looking at me like, oh no, it's really bad because like I couldn't even sit down. My face was red, nose was running.
No.
I was mad because I couldn't even taste my tacos, bitch. And it wasn't COVID. It was that my fucking taste buds had just. So then
they were burned off.
So then, mind you, we're drinking fucking tequila out of a bowl. We're taking back shots because this fucking white family from Kansas City wants to do body shots off my homegirl, and I'm like, yeah. All I know is I completely shut down. They started looking to do excursions, and I said, hey, I don't care what y'all, I'm going back home. Y'all go do what the fuck y'all want to do. I have to go home. I was dead. I even thought coffee would solve it because, I love coffee.
Yeah.
Went over to Starbucks, couldn't even drink it.
Oh, no.
Shout out to my girl, Vanessa. She went in and got me, I don't know if y'all know, drugs in Mexico are hella cheap, bitch. Bitch. I said, I had to Google the name because I was like, make sure it's like Pepsid. It was like opramazole, it wasn't opium, but it was opa something.
Okay.
And bitch, all I know is that shit worked immediately. Immediately. When I tell you, my friends came back and was like, we knew it was something because I've been around Mandy a lot and Mandy don't tap out. I can drink literally all
Mandy can
day
drink
long.
Pretty much everyone that I know under
the table. Like my ex is 6'8" and we went toe for toe every time we and I used to, hang out with ball players. Oh, bitch, I have the alcohol, what is it? Not metabolism. Alcohol.
Tolerance?
Tolerance. There you go. It was a word. I have the tolerance of a 6'8" man. Just know that.
God.
But anyways, yeah, I'm glad that I'm here. I'm glad that I'm alive.
I'm glad you are too. I can't believe you left home without Pepsid AC.
Bitch.
When I went to Costa Rica, I brought Dramamine. I had Dramamine. I had BC powder. I had shout wipes. My mother had a Z-Pack with her. She was like, I don't know. We don't know. Something in the water. We don't want to take the chance.
I brought drinking games and a butt plug. So...
Not prepared for... What did I say?
Prepared.
Not prepared for a habanero anything. It's not a thing.
Oh, wait, I definitely wasn't.
No.
Yeah, nah, I just bought my little Bajou butt plug and some drinking games. Like, yes, bitch, y'all want to play Uno by the pool? Or just, I brought Jenga. I brought everything but motherfucking Pepsid.
Did you freak out about how long it was, though? Because when I was in Costa Rica, by like day 3 or 4, I was like, okay, this was enough. I want to go home. This was fun, but I'm done. Like, Do you ever get like the itch? Did you feel like towards the end you were like, okay, I'm ready to get the fuck out of here?
Here's the thing. When you're on vacation, especially as someone who lives alone, when you're on vacation, it's steady flow of being around people.
Right.
And so
you get over it fast?
I traveled with 5 of my homegirls, like, and one just popped up from LA. She was like, oh, bitch, you in Cabo? I'm going to pull up. Shout out to Jazz. She didn't have a trial. Her trial got rescheduled. She was like, well, bitch, I could do some fun in the sun. So she pulled up. And yeah, to me, it was more so being around so many people became exhausting.
Right.
Like, because you're dealing with a lot of different personalities. Yep. You're dealing with people that want to sleep in, people that want to wake up, people that want to drink first thing in the morning. Yep. Then everyone wanting to do different excursions. So traveling with just that many people is a lot. And then, of course, we're all out of the country. By the last night, everyone had gotten so fucking inebriated, intoxicated, high. I don't know what everybody was on. Yeah. I turned into the babysitter. So...
they can't keep up with you.
Nah, they can't keep up. But yeah, no. It wasn't to me being gone so long as much as it was, I just want to lay in my own bed.
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
That really much. Yeah. So I guess y'all know last week I saw the comments. Y'all was mad that we only gave you 90 minutes, but a bitch had to rush to JFK.
Yeah.
But we back this week and we got... let's get into some relationship shit.
Let's do it.
But before that, it's an ongoing conversation on this pod regarding marriage.
Yep.
And last night I was invited to your home to share a bottle of wine. And her man cooked. Shout out to the lamb chops, bitch. Shout out to you, Cheech, because you is that man. We need to get him an apron. I'm going to buy him an apron because next time I come over, I need to see him an apron. Okay. But we started talking about Dr. Dre. Yes. And if you guys live under a rock, we spoke about this, oh my God, maybe episode 4 or 5. So his ex-wife...
Back when she listed all of the things that she needed hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars for. Like laundry.
I was like entertainment.
Like my dry cleaning bill is $110,000 a month.
If I'm not mistaken, she also requested like $20,000 a month for emails. Like, it was really ridiculous. It was really bad.
My Wi-Fi bill in the house bandwidth is so expensive; it's $30,000 a month.
It was ridiculous. So y'all, with a motherfucking prenup, this bitch won, and I need her lawyers for anything. But she has been granted $293,000, $306. Let's just go ahead and round it up to $300,000 per month in spousal support starting, bitch, August 1st. So starting next week. Per the report, Dre will have to continue paying this monthly. Listen to this. Until she remarries or enters into a domestic partnership, or unless the court orders otherwise a later date.
Or now, she dies.
Bitch. I know that I ain't gonna hold you. For
that's
her,
when it stops.
I would. Because if I was her, I would. My life.
I would never get married again because it would just have to be till death do us broke.
Remarried. What is that? Right. She don't even know what marriage is anymore.
Till death do us incredibly rich.
I'm not gonna lie. Part of me would be scared to be her only because we see what happened to all of Kevin Spacey's victims. They just started disappearing out of nowhere for talking out on him. So I just know people in high places have powers that are unbeknownst to us. I don't want to speak on that. I want to speak on our conversation last night.
Yeah.
Because my question to you in the room was, who does marriage really benefit? And to me, it really only benefits the broke person. It benefits the person with the least to lose. And to me, I don't understand at this point, and I didn't want to make it a gender thing, only because we also brought up Wendy Williams and her divorce, as well as Mary J. Blige and hers. So to me, I want to bring it up on a socioeconomic scale, because as we talked about, women weren't even able to have bank accounts up until the 1970s. Correct. So we know that it was an institution put into place of business. So why in 2021 would someone go into a marriage with a person that maybe is not even as equally yoked as them?
I mean, I think it depends. I think everybody gets something out of it. I think the people I think, yeah, when you said that last night, I was like, no, it's beneficial for all parties because generally the breadwinner is the one that likes to be in the most control anyway.
Ooh,
so,
okay.
And that could be the man or the woman, right? Unfortunately, what we've seen in our industry more often than not is that when the breadwinner is the woman, the man ends up doing some fuck shit and ends up cheating and playing himself, and then the woman who didn't make him sign a prenup ends up being able to walk away with a ton of money that he's not even deserving of because he's a piece of shit. And the women end up getting the short end of the stick, right? In addition to being humiliated and embarrassed, now I got to pay your stupid ass. Adele too. Adele had to pay her ex-husband some wild ass
about Adele.
check to get the fuck out of there, right?
Yeah, can I ask you though? We also talked about, do you not think that women, and I'm only asking this because I did watch the Wendy Williams doc.
Yeah.
She was aware that cheating was taking place. And we had the conversation about men, when they have that power and have this amount of money, their wives know what they doing on the side. So do you not think that women know that their men, despite them being the breadwinners, also maybe allow their partners to do what they do on the side?
I think there's arrangements that exist. I've seen it exist with some people that I know and that are married with money. And it's so much money that you're not just protecting your wife's reputation or whatever, or your kid's reputation, but you're also having to protect yourself and your family because of the money, right? Because you make so much money, it's like you almost have to make sure that there's some level of security around your movements, right? Which makes me sad because then, when those arrangements or alleged proposed arrangements end up getting violated, then the women are left feeling really, really salty about the fact that, damn, bro, like I let you know what I mean? We came to this agreement and that under any other circumstance would not really be tolerated, right? For a multitude of reasons. But here we are, and you can't even follow those rules, right? Like you can't even stick to the script on that. And I think in general, that just goes back to conversations that we have around people being honest about what they want and what their needs are, right? It's like if you don't want to be in a situation with somebody that very clearly cannot meet your needs, like then you shouldn't be there. Like if they don't, in a situation like this, we don't know what the extent of their divorce. Oh,
I'm glad you brought it back to there because bitch, I thought you was talking to me.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
No.
I felt red.
I mean,
bitch, I felt a little red. I was like, no. Is you talking about me or Dr. Dre, bitch? Because
I'm bringing it back to I
love that you brought it back. Let's go back there.
I was not reading you. I promise you I was not reading you. No, I think going back to something that you had mentioned to me last night too, about somebody that we know that is dealing with a situation now where he got a woman pregnant outside of his marriage. And it's like, that's the ultimate disrespectful, like shitty move for a man, right?
It's hard though, because if you give your partner the wherewithal to have sex with other women, we all know how babies are made.
Right.
They are made through intercourse.
Right.
So the idea that
there's a risk.
It's
always a risk.
It's always a risk. STDs and babies are risks associated with sex.
Right. And it's also when you're a man in a situation like this where you're in power or whatever, and you marry a woman, like they were married for 24 years, right? And we actually, oddly enough, we talked about it last week. And I think she was his attorney. She was his attorney before but she was his attorney. She was his attorney when they got married. So there's a lot more to this. It's not just like, well, this was a one-sided thing where we see a situation where a woman is a gold digger and she wants to be that. No. This was a mutually beneficial situation that they engaged in. And the way that we look at marriage, for previous generations was from a place of need, right? It was from a place of need. Now we look at it as it is a business it is transactional. It is a business transaction. Being married to somebody is a business move. So either you're marrying, the person who's the breadwinner is marrying into a situation because they need someone who's going to be a caretaker and a home manager, house manager, someone that's going to play that sort of role and not have to contribute to something financially, or, sometimes, rarely, more infrequent than frequent, we see somebody who has all this money and is a breadwinner and wants to be with somebody that's a breadwinner also, right? You know what I mean? You can look at a situation like Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian. Like neither one of them financially needs either person to be who they are, right?
Listen, I'm gonna go to Oprah route and we gonna call it a day. Give me a motherfucking statement. Let that nigga show up for me how he need to show up for me in all facets. And that's it. I just want a Stedman. That's it. That's all
just
I want.
Just get a golden retriever, bro.
No,
just get a dog.
Don't
even bother. Just get a dog.
I can't fuck a dog, and I'm not into that. Okay, so sorry. I need the consistent dick, but also, like we've talked about on this show, I need a man to show up for me in every other way but sexually or financially right now. Okay. And it is more of the emotional support. It is more of the acts of service that I enjoy. Like, I see now what I need from a partner is that.
I also think in situations like this, right, when you're with somebody for that amount of time, right, you've upgraded their lives. Like, they've upgraded each other's lives by building a family, by building a home and a life together. You've upgraded someone's life so much so, in fact, that in order to maintain what they are now like accustomed to, it does cost a certain amount of money. Like, I remember like reading like something back in the day about, you know, how much child support Kim Porter was getting in addition to support to maintain her lifestyle, because when she got pregnant with her first child, or second, because I know Quincy is the oldest that she had with I'll be sure. And when she got pregnant with Christian, that took her out of her profession altogether. And so the amount of money that she was entitled to was also to maintain a lifestyle that she had maintained as a model prior to having a baby. And by having a baby, that took her out of work for a certain amount of time. So she was entitled to compensation for that, because she's now living a lifestyle that she can't maintain just herself, because she took time out to have a baby with this and had with her partner, right? And so I think in situations like that, when, you know, they're beneficial for all parties involved to some extent, right? But I think her being able to score like this with a prenup is amazing, because I'm a person that believes in prenups wholeheartedly. I think prenups are necessary.
I think everyone should, but also now the fact that this meant nothing at the end of the day. The prenup meant nothing.
And maybe it did, because what she was initially asking for was like $1.8 million a month. Like what everything added up to.
She was asking for something crazy.
She was
like
asking
that.
for like 1.8 a month, which is nuts.
She originally requested $2 million per month for spousal support.
Right.
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So he made out. This is a win for him.
Right. So
all right.
He did all right. Okay. Because this a lot of beats. There's a lot of beats by Trey, Shady Records, Aftermath, Sirius XM, Shade 45, Money.
And listen, I know that we talking about it. I saw a lot of tweets from you regular niggas talking about, oh, I ain't getting married because it ain't gonna cost me $300,000 a month. You don't make $300,000 a year, so a marriage will never cost you this much, sir. Okay, y'all stop this shit. Fucking deliver my Amazon package and stop being on Twitter complaining about not getting married now because you don't want to pay a bitch this much money.
And more importantly than that, if nothing else, the incentive should be for some of y'all. Maybe you should get married. Okay, so maybe you could get $300,000 a month. Okay.
If we talk about relationships, though, I came across this goddamn Twitter, this twit post. Y'all know I be on Twitter a whole lot. And it did get picked up by the Shade Room. But Justine Scott, and we brought her up, I think, last week, discussing Normani possibly. But she wrote something, and she said, do you think it's weird if your friends are still friends with your ex, but you're not? Now, I wanted to ask you this only because I'm one of those girls, if we're going back into girl code, if you introduce me to a girl and we become friends and I vibe with the bitch and we super cool, if you and her fall out, I need you to know that's not necessarily fully going to take me away from this person. Unless they did some foul ass shit, like they shot you in the foot. Yes, I'm sorry, I won't be their friend anymore. But I believe in everyone bringing something out, bringing something different out of the other person. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if
I also think it depends. We talked at length about this too, about defining what friends really are.
Okay, well,
because I mean
friends. Okay,
because I also think when, you know, the circumstances are different when there's children involved, right? It's like if you have a kid with somebody that was your ex and that's your baby daddy now. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Like there has to be, sometimes parents will still be cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you have family members or friends that also have kids that are around, it's like they're naturally gonna be around each other and be in proximity and be friends and be cool because there's kids in the picture, right? But I think that I draw the line when it comes to involvement with things that I'm not involved in. Like I don't have any beef with any of my exes, right? Like I have no
same.
I don't have beef with anybody. There's one ex that that doesn't talk to me and he doesn't have beef with me, but he's married and has kids. So his wife is like, no, you can never talk to her. So that's fine. I don't care. It's not my beef. I don't have beef. I don't care enough. But neither here nor there. In my mind, like my friends are still cool with him. Like they still talk to him and post to him, and you know what I'm saying. Like I don't feel no kind of way about that. More so because we didn't end on bad terms. There's just a boundary in place now that's respected, just out of this for whatever reason for his marriage. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care that people are still friends with him. I don't care that he's still around. That doesn't bother me. But on the flip side of that, right? I can think of situations where it's like you don't need to like show up at a birthday party. That's like a personal family birthday party. You don't need to be at like, you know, if they're, you know, putting something together, hosting something or whatever, you don't need to show support. Like that stuff to me is when it gets a little tricky. You could be cool. Like you see them, you run into them and it's what's up. You're just like, hey. But nobody's we not all hanging out and kicking it. Like it's everybody's cool. There still needs to be some boundaries in place. That's all.
If they do go about doing that,
yeah.
Do you maintain friendship with those friends? Or those girls?
I think that those conversations get had. Like my girlfriends are very protective of me, and I'm very protective of them as well. So the way that they move is always to protect me, and we have conversations constantly around what that might look like, right? You know what I'm saying? Like when there was an instance with my best friend where somebody that I had a falling out with was trying to use her photography studio. She was like, "Well, I'll ban the girl if you want me to," and I was like, "Nah, I don't care enough about that." You know what I'm saying? If she's putting money in your pocket to do this, by all means, let her book whatever she's got to book. I don't care. Stuff like that, but we'll check in with each other just to test the temperature as friends. Just to let her know, like, hey, this is what's going on, blah, 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 blah. On the flip side of that, though, I had a friend a few years back that I thought was really my friend who was upset that I didn't notify her every time I saw her ex out in this, like, outside, like, at events and stuff like that. I would run into her ex at events all the time because he worked in the industry, I was in the industry, so we would always be crossing paths, and he worked closely with people I worked closely with, right? Even though I met him through her, but she would see like other people's social media, we'd be at the same event at the same time. And if I didn't, and she would get upset because I didn't tell her that I would every time I ran into him, right?
No, that's weirdo shit.
Which was weird to me. And I thought it was unnecessary because I'm like, sis, I'm not going to brunch with this man. I'm running into him at the Rock Nation brunch, bitch. Like I'm not kicking it.
Is brought to you by.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is not my homeboy.
Do I get invited to that now? Are we going?
I don't.
Is that
anymore,
something?
So
No, you don't get invited.
Nah, it's a
damn.
dub.
All right.
I mean, you leave the label. You leave the. You know, it's like I told you. It's like the mob. Like they just don't.
Fuck. Damn. I thought I had it in.
Neither here nor there. I mean, listen. You might still. Who knows? Listen, with all the people combined that we know, you might still find your way. But yeah, I think there's room to be cool with the exes, but I think friends is a little bit of a reach. I think friends is unless you knew him before, right? Which I see somebody actually responded to that tweet and said that. Unless with somebody you knew before, I think that's a different situation.
I agree.
Like if you were friends with with a guy that I started dating before I started dating, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, it became a thing and it wasn't a thing. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's why I don't play Cupid no more. I literally tell when my friends be like, hook me up, I be like, all my homeboys are hoes, and I don't like. I've done enough of like the middleman and connecting where like literally once I put y'all in the group chat, I literally say PSA. Yeah. If this don't work out and y'all hate each other in a week, a year, 2 years, don't bring that shit back to me.
Right.
But now it just happened too much now to where bitches get they feelings hurt, niggas feel played because I hooked them up with the hoes. Everybody is hoes that I know, okay?
Yeah.
And hoes are hoes, and I can't keep your heart from being hurt. So I literally now just listen. If you want a hoe ass nigga, I got you.
Play at your own risk.
If you want a bitch that's gonna fuck on the first night, I got you. But real love, it could happen, but I throw out the disclaimer ASAP.
Yeah. I don't like
ASAP Rocky on that hoe, okay?
I wouldn't want to play matchmaker in that situation either.
No, I don't want to play matchmaker at all.
But I also, I mean,
bitch, I'm getting to go to a goddamn speed dating event or something. I'm done. We are in our 30s.
Yeah.
Y'all swipe away. Go on Tinder, something.
And I'm getting to that place now too where I think there has to be a distinct line drawn between friends, partners, and and their friends. You know what I'm saying? Like and I'm learning that now, being in the relationship that I'm in, is it's okay to have a little bit of space between your partner and your friends. Everybody doesn't have to be best friends. Everybody doesn't have to kick it and be cool and whatever and so on and so forth. Like, you're probably the only friend that I have that was in a relationship whose partner I don't know his last name. I don't know his phone number. I don't know where he grew. I don't know nothing. I only know what you tell me, and I'm fine with that. I don't need to know nothing else. And I think sometimes women, and I've made this mistake too, because I want everybody to love each other. We push our partners and stuff sometimes on our friends, or the other way around, where our friends are mad thirsty to be a part of the relationship, and then we end up putting our
a lot of times that ends up either fucking up a friendship or the relationship.
Correct.
Oftentimes.
And so I think it's healthy just to maintain a certain space. Once you start having kids or you get married and things like that, and you're living together, those kinds of moments and milestones, I think, in relationships help organically plant those seeds with friends. But sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think you just got to take it case by case.
My ass was single for so long. I was like, couples night, can we do couples? Can we do couples everything?
And it was so fun. I love couples night with y'all.
I was trying to do couples everything because my ass been a hoe forever. So I was like, oh my God, I have friends in relationships.
Good at couples things.
Don't get me crying on her.
And girl, you're not gonna cry.
You're right, it was a hot girl summer. The bitch is hot, baby. I'm not really hot.
And we love him. He ain't going nowhere.
No, he probably isn't.
He's not. Nope, we love him. He's not leaving. Fine.
What else we talking about, bitch?
I mean, since we're in the topic of relationships and Twitter, Ruby Rose had put out a tweet, which I
like
thought,
that bitch. By the way,
I love her.
Did I tell y'all? Oh, I did tell y'all. I saw that hoe in person at the Waldorf in LA. She looked just like her pictures.
She does, right?
She fine. That's a fine. You fine, Ruby.
Go ahead, Ruby
Come join
Rose.
us on this couch, girl.
Come on. She tweeted, if I see a nigga out with another bitch and he has a girlfriend, I'm telling. I don't give a fuck. And that's my kind of bitch, because I'm that way too. I'm absolutely that way too.
So here's the thing, okay? I'm only a little different because I do know of many people to have arrangements and to have situations where they are aware of what their partner is doing. So I never want to look like I'm a old hating asshole coming in, or say it's his auntie, or say it's the cousin, or say it's literally just a person of the opposite sex. I never want to make it seem like I'm trying to stir the pot and it's drama when it's not.
But what if it's not an auntie? What if it's a bad bitch?
Okay, so wait.
What if you see a man walk in?
Are you only judging if the bitch is bad?
No, but that's what I'm asking.
Okay, real quick. If the bitch is dog ugly, right? If it's like a bitch that you are looking at like, ain't no way in hell he doing anything with her, then do you run and tell the friend that you saw? Because I feel like it does depend on if the girl is even good looking or not. And see, the men agree in the room.
Alex, right? Alex is like, yeah, I get it.
Like, if the bitch is dog ugly, you don't. And what's crazy is that is the part. Like, y'all niggas, if y'all gonna cheat, you gotta be with a dog ugly bitch, because I ain't gonna run back and be like, yo, I saw him with a gremlin. If it like, but if the bitch is bad, looking like an IG model, like, or a stripper or a dancer, or like a boss ass bitch with her hair and nails and toes and look lit, that's when I'm gonna be like, oh nah, ain't no way they just friends. But if she ugly, you're not gonna say nothing, because it's gonna be like, no, that's his cousin. Bro,
she got on an espadrille. He not dating her. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
Wait, I wanted to laugh really harder, but what's an espadrille?
You know those woven wedges.
Okay, now I can laugh. Hey
Woven.
bitches, hey bitches, I know it's summertime. Hey, don't bring out them goddamn wedges.
Don't come out here with a wedge.
Don't come out, not with the woven wedge.
Not an espadrille, sis. With the platform. With the fabric woven into. Don't fucking do it,
bitch.
No, but the only way I would not do this is if I don't know the girl, right? If I don't know the girl, then I'm not going to insert myself.
Wait, if you don't know the girlfriend.
If I don't know the girlfriend, right? If I don't know the girlfriend whose man it is that I'm catching out, I'm not inserting myself. If I see him though, and I'm like, okay, and I'm going to mental note it just in case that shit ever comes up. You know what I'm saying? If I ever get asked. Like,
you've never been the type, if a nigga slide into your DMs, but he got his girl or wife all over his page, have you ever been the type to go like the pictures of the wife or girlfriend? Because that's what I do. Oh, you've never done that?
No.
So I've had niggas slide into my DMs that are all in love on their page, And my response has always been to go double tap every picture of him and his girlfriend or wife in response to him being in my DMs.
See, I just respond
Like,
because
what are you doing? I see you.
I've been in more scenarios, right, in my industry. Thank God. I've always been around. I've always been around most of these guys and their or their wives first. Like, I'll get invited to something, to an event that a wife is hosting, and then I get there and it's like, oh, and this athlete's wife and this athlete's baby mama, and I'm meeting all the so I meet all the women first. So in response, my response in those moments when they're in the DMs is like, oh, so how is your wife? how is Lisa doing? And then it's immediately like the eye emojis and the messages just get unsent. It's like...
She hit that with the double homicide.
Like, how is your wife? You know, I saw Maddie is doing so well in soccer practice. Like... I know who your kids are. Shut the fuck up and get out my DMs.
You dropped the kids' names?
I did once.
Oh,
I did once.
Wait, while he was trying to holler at you?
I did once, yeah.
Oh, that's really...
Because he would also post pictures of his wife and his kids on his page.
They all do because that's what the wife needs the validation.
So I'm looking
but he's
like
still an old hoe ass cheating ass nigga.
Trash.
So he'll literally say, "Yeah, man, she made me post that." Which is I hate it.
Okay, fine, but also I'm watching. You're a proud dad. You're a proud dad. Doesn't your daughter have soccer practice?
That's why I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't never posted my nigga because. Listen, I fall in love with hoes, and y'all ain't gonna come and tell me about my hoe ass nigga that I love. Cause girl, I did that one time. But also, you know, I be potting, bitch.
Right.
So like, I posted one nigga, and they was all putting another nigga nickname under the picture. I said, oh, let me go ahead and take this down.
Shit.
No, but what happened was I really posted a picture off this nigga Instagram page, and the bitch that I did know was possibly still in the picture, she wrote and was like, girl, and you choose a picture that I took. And I was like, well, you did a great job, sis. This is one of my favorite pictures of him. So thank you for that. But nah, it did get messy. Like, and I was in flight, so I couldn't go back and forth the way I wanted to.
Oh,
I landed,
man.
that nigga was like,
Pissed.
look, now it's a whole bunch of drama. And I was like, well, nigga, yo bad. Hold on. Before we get into some more conversations, let's go ahead and give it up one time. We're gonna switch up the vibes real quick. All right. Shout out to Alex for this one. Hey.
Alex knows all the ad-libs.
Hey. Somebody says your name. Oh. Look. Bro, why? Why do you know every word to this? When my knees go weak, what's happening to me? Can you tell me what it means? Pillow. Oh, go ahead. No, she said, nah, bitch. Go to Patreon for that. And she really ain't giving us that over there.
I'm not giving it on Patreon.
God damn it.
Either. Y'all gonna have to wait until I can perform at a venue that is COVID safe, because the rest of y'all trying to be at Rolling Loud super spreading, and I'm not.
I love the transition, sis.
Super spreader.
I ain't gonna hold you. My homegirl, my homeboy was out there at Rolling Loud.
I had a lot of homegirls and homeboys out there at Rolling Loud, and their homeboy and homegirl was COVID. And I'm not with the shits.
Okay, but wait, we did talk about this. So are you not going to any festivals this year?
No
Really?
festivals. None. Not while there's variants and all types of shit out here. Not when we still got to argue with people to put on masks on a plane.
No, you're right.
No. I
But
told
when
you,
Dreamville happens, I'll be there. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there.
the only thing that I would actually go to, and I would still wear my mask, is the Versus next week. With the Locks and Dipset. I would go to that Versus just because it's going to be such a monumental. See, I'm partial because Jim Jones is my guy.
And look, I'm partial. Here we go.
I'm partial because Jim Jones is my guy.
Shout out to Jadakiss. That's my nigga. So I'm going to go with the Locks on this one.
I do think that as far as impactful records go for a longer span of time, I think the Locks is going to take this one.
To me, it's just hard because Dipset to me is New York, and
they both are.
With this, yeah.
No. This is a completely.
I mean,
New York.
I know the Locks and with my Florida ass, which is what I'm saying. Like Jadakiss, like and what they've been able to do, transcending outside of New York. Dipset, I realized was this big when I moved here. Like the Locks is the Locks, and Jadakiss, all of them have individual careers.
That's what I'm saying. The length of time that the Locks has had from being with Bad Boy to being with Rough Riders to being like to all of the things that they've been a part of. That's very that to me is gonna really carry. It's gonna carry them to the top. So
I too would go to that.
But that's the only thing I would go to. Anything else, Rolling Loud, all the Essence Fest, Coachella things, all of that stuff, I'm good. Y'all got it. Lollapaloozas, no thanks.
I will say I enjoyed seeing, I guess, all of the footage of us looking like we were back in a normal space, knowing that we're not. That's the part that was really difficult because there was so many. Look, they are on top of each other. It was a lot. It literally looked like it looked like pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, did you see any performers or performances that you liked or wish you would have made it to see live? I will say shout out to my homegirl Dora. She went on the last day, I believe, and St. John was there. I still want to see St. John perform. Talk to me.
I watched some of the clips and it let me know that a lot of these artists that have gotten big and gotten really famous over the last year and change really have had no practice being in front of audiences. And so to watch some of them who haven't done really live performances in over a year, to watch them get up on stage with very little experience. A lot of them don't have stage presence. A lot of them
I agree.
are awkward on that big of a stage because either they don't have a band, or if they do, they have a DJ with a keyboard player, and it's not the same. It's not giving the same experience, right? Which, to your point about Dreamville, I always loved about Cole. I always loved it about Wale when he used to travel with UCB. They implement, and Roddy Ricch tries to do it as well with a live band. You know what I'm saying? And really have musicians up on that stage with them, because the stages for the most part are really big. You're not doing like tiny it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not like Yard Fest at Howard. Like, it's a big ass stage. So
and what I saw even from a lot of the female performers, which sucked to me, is it was a lot of just ass shaking and the DJ playing the record and the song shot. Like, there wasn't even
it's a TV track.
There weren't even performances really done by, unfortunately, I love her, but Lotto, Meg Thee Stallion, Coi Leray. Like, you just saw a lot of them just twerking their ass on stage, and I'm like, all right, we need more. Give us more.
Well, because that's what I'm saying. A lot of them have not had the experience, the performance experience,
right?
Where that and a lot of that can't be. It's not something that you can just throw money at either. It's really something that takes time. You got to figure out,
because we saw Rihanna. She got way better.
You got to figure out as an artist what you're comfortable with on stage and what works for you. And so, watching some of these performers, it's like, y'all were not ready for this big ass stage. That's why back in my day, when I was younger, that's why Summer Jam was such a sought after stage, right? Because you had to do so much work to get there. You had to perform at all these other venues first and get your name out there. Or if you're a rapper, you had to be so ill with your freestyles and be on that circuit in order to even get an opportunity to be on the stage. And I think, with Rolling Loud, we're just going off of who has the most Instagram followers, who has the most views on YouTube or TikTok. Like, that's what we're seeing now. But also, and that's not anybody's fault. That's not diminishing any of the artists that performed. It's just really pointing out that we are living in an era now where it's less about your talent and your ability to perform, and really about the amount of eyes that are already on you and being able to continue that growth.
I mean, I also wanted to discuss Shock Factor, because for an artist that I've been championing since he came out, he's becoming like Future to me. Now, I don't believe in cancel culture, but there are artists that once they do enough semantics or enough talking to where I can almost see who they are as a person, I'll be like, nah, I don't really. You ain't right, and I'm not gonna support you for this. I would say it's DaBaby. So I do want to play a clip real quick before talking into it. But DaBaby had a few things during his Rolling Loud set, but I want to play one thing that he shouted out. And hold on, I wanted to start from the beginning. Let me start from the top.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas.
Lights up.
Fellas, if you ain't sucking in the parking lot, put your cell phone like
Let's be real about this.
Let's be
Real about this shit.
Who's
So-
that DJ? And why do we...
Well, he started off by saying, and this, of course, has made its rounds throughout the community. T.S. Madison recently responded to it. Shout out to T.S. Madison. I love her. But he started off by mentioning, if you ain't got HIV, AIDS, or any of the diseases that kill you in 2 weeks, put a lighter in the air. Then brought it back to women, but then brought it back to, if you're not sucking dick in the parking lot, also shout out, raise your cell phones in the air. And so to me, not only are you homophobic, but you're, during a fucking pandemic, you're talking about an epidemic that has plagued the black community on for decades at this point. But not only that, you have a lot of people within that same community that fucking support you and probably fucking spent a lot of their hard-earned money after going through a pandemic to come out and see you. And this is the fucking shit you say? Shout out to you if you ain't got HIV, and shout out to you if you don't suck dick. So, okay, so not only are you homophobic, we also already see, and I want to get into it, you aligning with motherfucking Tory. You brought him out and played a Meg Thee Stallion and Tory song on top of that. And you brought him out.
I would just like someone to let me know,
bro,
what does water smell like?
Because actually, Dasani is not it.
Out of all the empty-headed things to say, because he's just a big old empty head at this point. Out of all the empty-headed things to say, if your pussy smells like water, anyway, I'm stuck on that because water doesn't have a smell to me unless it's.
But not only that, boy, you over here got a baby, sticking your dick in whatever, got a whole baby on the way with Miss Danny Lay. Like, I need you to know that a healthy pussy actually does have a smell. Period.
It doesn't smell like water.
Pussy never smells or tastes like water. And a good, healthy vagina, because baby, I eat it. You want to smell down there. And what you don't want is it to smell like soap. You don't want it to smell like someone is trying to...
You don't want it to smell like Fabuloso.
You want it to smell like coochie. So any nigga still going around here asking for pussy to smell and taste like water, I'm going to assume you were out in that parking lot actually getting your dick sucked. And the baby saw you and was jealous.
And why do you know that? And the baby, why do you know that? Why do you know who's in the parking lot? Anyway.
He was mad he wasn't invited to the party, girl.
The part that's really problematic for me is the fact that people say things like this on, again, going back to what I said.
Talk your shit.
When you're on stage and you don't really have a ton of, and I'm disappointed in the baby because he actually has experience, a lot of performance experience. Mm-hmm. And the attitude has shifted and changed now. So because you're on a bigger platform, you think that you can just spew nasty, hateful speech during your set and your performance and not think that you still need to be accountable to all the people that paid to watch you, a lot of which could be gay. Also, anybody living with HIV and AIDS, to only refer to it as something that's sexually contracted, painfully ignorant. HIV and AIDS is not only sexually transmitted. Let's start there. That's number one.
That part. And straight people get it too, guys.
Straight people get it all the time. More people get it from blood transfusion. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into the medical facts that he's not gonna care about, that nobody else is really gonna do the research on. All I will say is that hateful speech like that is exactly the reason why we go as hard for the LGBTQ plus community that we do, because there's so much misinformation that gets spewed and spread around diseases, around the culture, around homophobia, and it's not tolerable, right? And I read one of the comments that T.I. responded and said in the Shade Room that if Lil Nas X can kick his shit in peace, so should the baby. Be very fucking...
Hashtag equality, though.
Be very clear.
What?
Be very, very clear. You cannot all lives matter this, T.I. Don't be a fucking idiot. Do not be a moron about this. You cannot all lives matter this, okay? We're not talking about free speech. We're not talking about free speech.
Talk that.
We're not. We're talking about people's lives that have been in danger because of who they are. Mm-hmm. It's not the same thing. And for the baby to continue to and fan flames around homophobia in rap music and in black culture is trash. It's disgusting. And he needs to do better. And I hope somebody on his team will help him craft an apology that is worthy of acknowledgement and not some bullshit ass tweet, because to follow up with that by bringing Tory Lanez on stage, to me, just lets me know not only are you out of touch, but you're here for the clickbait, which to me only lasts but so long in this climate, in this industry. So good luck to you with that.
But to stand on stage as well as a misogynist and homophobic, like, I don't know. Again, I'm gonna tilt my hat off to him. But as far as garnering support from me,
no, I'm good.
It won't be there.
Yeah.
I guess I know we talked quite a bit. Then do we want to stick on this and get into music? Yeah. Go ahead.
We were talking about shock value, and I feel like we can't talk about shock value.
Yeah, we gonna get into it, baby.
Without talking about the one, the only,
Lil Nas X.
Well, yeah, I was going to talk about Kanye West with shock value.
Oh, well, let's go Kanye before Freshly Squeezed then.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Did you have a chance to watch any of the presentation?
Did I have a chance to what?
To what?
Did I? Streams? No. I was in Cabo. Do you think I gave a rat's motherfucking ass about this nigga coming out in a goddamn lace front wig cap? No. With a whole goddamn big ass fucking, he was looking like fucking Missy Elliott.
No.
No.
It looks like
I heard he was 2 hours late. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of you idiots that bought tickets to a listening session to sit up. Again, if we want to talk about a super spreader event, bro, y'all all went into the fucking Mercedes-Benz arena to pay $50 for motherfucking chicken tenders and $50 to hear an unmixed, unmastered album that is now not even dropping until August 9th.
Well, what I will say in defense of that, right? Number one, I really want us to, and I said this on Twitter the other day because I mentioned it actually to Joe and said, like, we live in an age where if you give something too much praise or you big something up too much, you're automatically a dick rider, right? Or if on the flip side of that, if you're like, you know what, I wasn't that impressed, I'm cool, you're a hater, right? Off rip. Which is a fucking, it's just an asinine way to think, because ultimately my opinion is definitely my opinion. You know what I'm saying? My opinion around music is not Bible, it's not God, but it's definitely my opinion based on my experience and based on my memories that I've had of really monumental moments in music and in history that have been so phenomenally impactful to the culture, right? And I just think that this was not the moment that we all hoped that it would be, right? I think with Kanye, we have overlooked. I'm gonna say something unpopular because we need to.
Okay.
I think as a people, Black people have a really hard time figuring out how to manage holding somebody accountable without canceling them, right? Because there's room for it. There's room for that conversation. There's room for course correction without totally trying to throw the baby out with the bathwater, right?
Right.
And I think in Kanye's case, we've all overlooked a lot of the stupid public mistakes that he's made, stupid statements that he's made politically, however harmful, around, you know, we've tried to look past it for the sake of the fact that he is unarguably, I don't know if it's inarguably, unarguably.
Well, you know I ain't the one to help you with that, bitch.
I'm like, I don't know if
just
it's
say you can't argue with the nigga. Can't argue.
It's undisputedly.
Oh, leave it to you.
Undoubtedly one of the most innovative creators that we've seen in the last 30 years, right? In music, I will say, in music. He's one of our greats. Like, he's someone in our generation is one of our greats. That's not up for debate, in my opinion. As a musician,
I wouldn't take that away from him.
And so I think we've all tried to kind of like, all right, we'll just ignore the fact that he's got on that stupid ass MAGA hat, whatever, and he's making really idiotic statements like slavery being a choice and all that other shit. But you know, I think we keep showing up to give him a chance to prove us wrong, right? Or about our idea to cancel him, and it just falls short. It feels like it's done for shock value. It feels like it's done for attention and not really as a genuine show and presentation of work that he's proud of, right? Because I've gone to a lot of, and Jermaine Dupri said this, and I thought it was really, really great that he did. He pointed this out by saying, you know, in the generations prior, you would host a listening session for people that you really respected, and it would really be for the sake of getting feedback around all the work that you've done thus far. Mm-hmm. So like a lot of times you could go and listen to stuff that's not mixed. Like it not being mixed and mastered made you feel special, right? Because you're in there, you feel like you're a part of what's being crafted. in that moment. And so no matter what stage of the process you would come in at, you would get to listen to stuff and be able to provide feedback like, yo, I really bang with this. This is great. I can't tell you how many listenings I went to early in my career that played records that never made it to projects. There's a lot of stuff that we would hear. So him not being complete really wasn't my
that's
qualm.
fine. My qualm goes back to what you said earlier. Accountability, specifically as we hold it to Black men in these spaces that have essentially done harm to our own community. So like people like R. Kelly, I guarantee you if he got out tomorrow, he would have sold out shows across the country.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby, if he went on a comedy tour right now, he would have sold out fucking arenas. And then we have this guy who not only almost made a mockery of religion, which is held very near and dear to a lot of people in our community. Mm-hmm. He sat there with that MAGA hat and campaigned for a guy that we knew was not for us and was not for the betterment of our community.
But also attempted to run for an office that he knew and try to gain votes and popularity.
Votes away from the Democratic Party, which we do know historically is majority Black. So again, there were things that were detrimental to our family
and then
the people we know.
And then pandered to us.
I don't like I do like his shoes, but I don't like
with gospel music. He pandered to us with gospel music.
That's what I'm saying. He used
album.
the church.
Yes.
He used the church as a way to get back in just to steal shit on us. So how many times is this nigga gonna piss on y'all and tell y'all it's rain? How many times?
I just don't care enough about these. Man. I don't care about the showboating anymore, which to me is really what it feels like and what it comes across as. Right? It's like, well, he's living, and then people are talking about, well, he's living in the Mercedes-Benz arena until he finishes the album. It's all for show and for attention, right? Because we're not seeing any of it. The person that's tweeting all of the updates is Justin LeBoy.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's around. It's really
shock
to me
value. It's
centered around. But there is no shock now.
Can I ask you? Do you feel like the Kardashian family showing up was something for shock value on their behalf? Because clearly the divorce they're going through. And what has, like, they're not in a great place. You don't even see Kim really with Kanye. You just see her with the family. Do you think this was also maybe a publicity thing that Chris brought up? That the whole family show up for this, knowing that this was going to be a talked about thing?
No,
Or you think they showed up in support?
No, I think they showed up in support, which I think is the right thing to do.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? His kids are now, I mean, Northwest is what, 9 years old now?
Yeah.
9 or 10. She knows what's going on. She knows what's up. So it would actually, I'm probably sure, pain her to not be present, right? To support her dad.
Understood.
So I think that show of support is just normal. You know what I mean? But I think for anybody, for any dad doing something at the magnitude he's doing it, they would want their family there. But I just think overall, there's no value to the shock around Kanye anymore. Nah. And that's the part to me that's upsetting, because we're still giving into this feeling of FOMO. It's like, we got to be there, we got to pay, and we're doing all of this, and for what? Because we just want to say we were there. And I mean, and I think, and to say we're gonna spend $60 on chicken fingers so we could say that we bought chicken fingers while listening to Donda. Like,
bro, did you see the post? They were selling air from the Mercedes-Benz theater on eBay for $300.
Yes.
They are already reselling the T-shirts from this listening session for what is that? $3,000? Oh, goddamn, $3,000.
Yeah, I don't
for the air, but they're also reselling the T-shirts for like $800-900, and they were like $40 T-shirts.
I think we finally reached a place where the hype is now superseding the product.
Yeah,
and that's a scary place, and that's a sad place in my mind for somebody like a Kanye, who is, like I said, top 5 innovative music creators in the last 20 years. And to me, I would go as far as to say top 3, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I really think that he's lost some of his magic, because so much of this is about the money and the attention and the ego and the narcissism. I just don't.
Do you have any connection, or did you feel a way at all with Jay being a part of this project?
I wasn't impressed by the verse, and everybody was like, oh my God, you're a hater, you're crazy. Even Joe was like, oh, you're anti-Rock Nation anyway. And I was like, Joe, I'm not anti-Rock Nation at all. And truth be told, I love my people at Rock Nation. Truth be told, I just wasn't impressed by the verse.
Right. I would say after all of the back and forth that they've gone through, you would expect him to come on super heavy.
I would have, well, even more importantly than that, right? I hated that the narrative that got pushed along with his inclusion was about the fact that, well, now he's not with Kim. Do not put any of that shit on his soon-to-be ex-wife. Do not. Too often we see situations, if you don't like Kim Kardashian, fine, but don't be sexist.
Yeah.
Don't make any of that about what his personal relationship is with his wife and his family. Don't do that. That's wrong. It's disrespectful. It's sexist as hell. And it's just rude. It's rude at the end of the day. And it takes away from really what Kanye's created and also Jay's presence. Like, we don't know what their relationship is. We don't know what their situation is. But
also for Jay-Z to be who Jay-Z is, and to think that Kim had that much power that he completely did not involve himself with Kanye because of her. Like, no. Like,
I'm not a huge fan of the Kardashians in general, but I as a woman, and I know you hate the whole feminist thing, but I'm still a feminist. I still believe above all else that women should never be the brunt of jokes and insults and things like that when a man needs to be solely responsible for his behavior and his characteristics. That's where I would leave it. But
I'll be honest with you, I don't want no source that is posted to academics. I just don't know about even the way it's written. Apparently there was something that says that Kanye was reflecting on the song that he made about Kim and the marriage, talked about the kids and mentions her taking everything, which I don't even, After he played this song, he paused for 2 minutes and cried. It was really somber. I don't think she's taking everything, maybe the kids, but I think that they both have truly accomplished in their own careers. I don't see Kim going after everything that Kanye has made. So I don't know about that even being true, that she's taking everything. It seemed like they're having actually a pretty, give me the word.
Amicable?
There we go. Marriage. Bro, you really be knowing the words
Amicable.
That I really want to say, but a bitch just can't be remembering them shits. Anyway,
I mean, yeah, it's sad, right? But divorce, I mean, divorce is not an easy process. So it's not to take away from what they're probably going through offline. I just don't.
Come on,
to me, we're dealing with two sets of people that thrive and have made millions and millions of dollars off of the amount of attention that they can garner. With whatever drama, with whatever outfit, with just who are constantly in the public eye and need it, right? It's like air to them.
This outfit is not giving what Kim wanted to give. I'll say that too. I do not like this outfit.
I don't
like it.
I'm assuming it's a part of some Yeezy collection.
It's giving fire ant.
It's just
look, it's cool. Yeah, no, it's giving fire ant. Emphasis on the ant. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, well, let's keep talking music while we at it.
Yes.
All right.
It is time.
Say it again, bitch. It is what?
Freshly squeezed. Yeah.
Yeah, baby. By the way, I know we're a little bit different in ages, but when I was it's time for what? You don't know the little anthem. Are you ready for what? To jig. Jig what? Gigolo.
No.
Yeah. I got my hands up high, my feet down low, and that's the way I jiggle. Jig-a-lo, jig. You don't know y'all don't know Gigolo?
Alex, do you know Gigolo?
Okay, right. So when I said, for what? I really thought you were going to come in to jig. Okay, never mind, bitch. God damn it. Is this another Florida song? I don't know, but fuck, I really thought she was gonna come in with me on that. Never mind, y'all. Back to the Freshly Squeezed segment and go. God damn it, bitch.
To jig.
Yeah, I got my hands up on my feet down low, and that's the way okay, all right, never mind. All right, guys.
It sounds like some Dr. Luke Florida ass shit.
No, it's like a song.
I got my hands up my feet down low.
Yes,
that sounds like some Florida shit.
Okay, I guess it is. Well, I used to do that at the daycare, bitch. The daycare center used to have it going.
Tammy's kids were Bebe's kids. I already know. I already know Tammy could not wait to drop y'all off. I need to get back to life because y'all bugging out.
I told you I was in a whole singing group. And bitch, I just thought I had to wait till puberty for my real voice to come in. That's what but a bitch just couldn't sing her whole life. I guess I'll start off this week's Freshly Squeezed because y'all know we gonna get somber with
Not somber.
y'all know we're gonna get a little moody when Bridget Kelly plays.
I'm gonna
her.
put you in your feelings. That's what I'm gonna do. That's
All right.
my power.
Yeah, bitch. I thought she was doing that in Act 1, Scene 1 on this pod. I was like, whoa, bitch, can we get back to Dr. Dre? No,
Triggered.
So my song this week is not really hip hop. I'm just gonna say it's pippity pop because it is. I'm going with Lil Nas X because I want to preface this by saying this video, as of now, is my favorite video of the year.
It's amazing. It's an amazing video.
That's something else that has been lost upon us, I believe, with videos outside of Cardi, and even the Normani video was nice, but for the most part, we don't rush home to see music videos anymore. So the budgets for music videos aren't there.
Well, just the creativity isn't there either.
It's not there either.
No.
I mean, and for whatever reason, a lot of people keep talking about how Lil Nas is leading with his sexuality and not talent. But this video, if you watch it and don't see the talent of Lil Nas X, it's because you're a homophobe at this point. He literally got into his like fucking Nutty Professor
His
vibes
acting bag.
and
He did it.
and played a judge, played who was being incarcerated, played the lawyer, he played all of these different pieces. And I found out from Jack Harlow's Twitter that this was all of his creative direction as well. So literally, Jack Harlow said, listen, if Lil Nas wanted me to dance in the shower with him naked, I would have. He's in gay prison. He's twerking. There's a shower scene where everyone is doing...
The choreo is fucking lit.
I was about to say a 1-2 step.
The choreo's lit.
Literally naked. And I say all of this to say, had a woman done this, no one would have had a fit. Well, maybe the Republicans, because they clearly don't like Cardi B talking about her WAP. But this is an amazing video. And honestly, the song, I'm going to play it. Before I say where I think it would live perfectly,
I love that
want
he's
y'all to hear it.
polishing his Grammys, FYI.
It's amazing. And this clearly is a spoof off of In the Club.
Yep.
50 Cent. Come on.
It's a good song, honey.
Come on. Ooh. And he kind of fine. When I tell you, Lil Nas X kind of fine.
He is kind of fine. He
Look
is.
at him right here.
I also love that all the men have these
presenting?
masculine presenting
That part.
physique, and I'm here
That
for
part.
it.
Is that Jason Momoa? I don't think it is, but it
No.
looks like him. It looked like, when I saw that nigga, I said, can I get some more camera
Let's
time
go,
from
Jack.
him? Oh, by the way, let me let Jack's voice go. Go ahead. All right. It's going to be too long to play
Yeah, it is.
Jack's part.
But
Jack Harlow did an amazing job. And now that y'all heard this song, for those of y'all who maybe just didn't want to listen to it, tell me you cannot see that as maybe the opening for the NFL season or played during the playoffs or finals. That is a song, this one is for the champions. It sounds and has the catchy beat that ESPN likes to play during the finals when they do all of like the highlights and from like the games, and that's what this gives me. So it still gives me one of those songs that maybe potentially could be played or even just in a video game.
Right.
And Jesus Christ, I'm talking about video games. Don't shoot me. But it gives off that vibe, and I really like it. I think Jack Harlow came in and did wonderful. As soon as I saw the video for this first time, I said,
I love
Jack Harlow wanted to
Harlow.
make sure there was a woman next to him naked. He was like, oh. But no, I really thought that he was implementing it well. And
I did too.
I love it. I think that this entire video, again, if you haven't watched it yet, is beautifully done.
And I think there's a lot to be said about the fact that there is a level of validation that comes from having a gay man and a straight man really just displaying displaying a level of camaraderie and comfort with each other that has nothing to do with anybody's sexuality, right? At the end of the day, it's like their presence with each other is about their talent. It's about the music. It's not about.
Can I say something unpopular?
Yeah.
It would have held much more weight had this been a black male artist. I feel like white men are very free with their sexuality and fluidity, and oftentimes make jokes and are either bisexual. Their sexuality
there are a lot less stigmas around being white and being gay.
So this would have, I think, made much more of a message, and I hope that he's able to take it because Jack Harlow is so integrated within the industry as it is. I would love to see Lil Nas X come out. Not alongside a white rapper or a white country artist like he already did.
Right.
I would love to see the camaraderie between him and another black male artist in the same space. Like,
it would be
I
great.
would like to see that. I think it would mean more than a white man who oftentimes talks about having a crush on Drewski anyways. Like, he jokes about his sexuality with Drewski often to where I don't think it holds as much weight if it would have been like,
Listen, I think he has a...
oh, wait, okay.
He had a video with Nas, apparently. Was Nas in this video?
Yeah.
With Lil Nas X? I didn't see this video, so I
don't know if Nas
I didn't see this video.
He's in the video.
Oh, he is. That's dope. I never saw this video.
Rodeo. Is this a remix? Oh, the
That's
remix to
dope.
Rodeo. Okay.
But again, case in point, I've never seen this, and he has Nas in this video. The video with Jack Harlow is taking off and has way more traction because he's white.
Yeah,
which honestly I'm not opposed to. I'm not opposed to, because I still think that it's important that level of representation is able to be seen, celebrated, and embraced at that level, at that scale.
Agreed.
The one thing I will say, because we talked about when Big Frida was here about the fact that we want him to make music, the song is a fucking smash. So before y'all get in the comments like, y'all said you didn't want to see da-da-da-da-da, let me correct you. What I said was keep the focus on the music. He brought it with this fucking music.
This song
is great. The song is great, and the visual matches the song. And on top of that, another point that I did not get to address when Big Frida was here, which is something that I would like to discuss more in depth when we do have another Friend with Benefits on the
Bitch, we gonna do that shit on Patreon.
I definitely want to dive into the fact that a lot of times the reason why there's such a discomfort around the representation of black and gay is because we don't get to see it often enough where it's masculine presenting. And I think the objection culturally has always been the stereotype of being gay is that you're feminine, that you're not manly, right? And I love watching masculine presenting. Everything about this video, however gay you want to call it, everything about this was masculine. Everything about this was masculine. So I'm here for it. I think
I'm here for that conversation.
I think that conversation needs to be had, and it's great. So shout out to Lil Nas X. We love this song, baby. Industry, baby.
Go ahead and get us in our feelings, bitch. What motherfucking R&B vibes do you have for us?
So my R&B vibes are by an artist that I've known for a long time, who I think the world of. He's super talented, incredible writer, incredible singer, and he dropped a song. He dropped a song called "Looking for Love."
Who is he?
His name is Kevin Ross.
Come on, Kevin Ross.
Yes.
Have you played him before?
No,
No,
I have not. It's my first time playing Kevin. But y'all know I love a good bass line. I love a good song to listen to driving in the car. Know how I feel about a bass line, honey.
What's that part?
The deep underlying feel.
I'm trying to hear it. Mm-hmm. Oh, I hear it. The bass. I feel like if I'm into lyrics. It sounds like you done flaked on our plans enough. I'm looking for love. And since it don't seem like you really on the same page as me right now, I'm gonna let you go.
We'll keep in touch.
And let me know when you ready.
We'll keep in touch.
I know that the fuck is right. And hearing that from a man is even good.
Okay.
I know that the fuck is right.
Because sometimes, and he says, sometimes as women, we have a hard time trusting.
We come in with our baggage and traumas. Don't tell the world.
We will sabotage things that seem too good to be true. Right? Men do it. Men do it too. I think men do it just as often as women.
They do.
But women do it a lot. And I'm happy, like you said, to hear this perspective from a man who's looking for love and who's looking to provide all the things that this woman wants and needs in a relationship. And so she's not really ready. So if you're really looking for love, we can keep in touch. See you later.
I like that.
I do too. Shout out to Kevin Ross. Love this song.
I'm going to let you know my options is going to stay open while you sitting there bullshitting. That, you know, I'll be quick to say that. Oh, you need a break? All right, well, listen, if you by the time you get back, let me tell you, if another nigga done swooped on in, your loss. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and wait on you to be the person that I know I need right now.
Correct.
So again, I do love hearing that from men. You know, I'm picking up on the words as I'm listening.
Yes.
Shout out to Kevin Ross. That was dope. He got a whole project.
This is a single that he dropped.
Yeah.
This is a single that he dropped a couple days ago. His last project was dropped last year. I'm
gonna have to get him on my rotation, baby. Y'all know Bridget be coming through with the come through.
You know, I love me some R&B, man. And I like to see talent win. You know what I'm saying? I really like to see my friends who can sing, can write, can produce, really, really do their thing and do it well.
As we exit the Freshly Squeezed segment, a lot of y'all know not only do we sit here on this here couch every Monday and pod, this whole thing, not to come off showboaty, but content creating, podding, this is producing, just thinking 10 years down the line, this is literally what I love to do. I also have a business where I'm just constantly, literally just thinking of new ways to grow and elevate not only my business, but here in front of the mic. And so I get these emails and there's some news that I wanted to share with y'all that I kind of wanted to dive into, and that there's an Instagram update that IG is potentially getting rid of photos. Now, it's not that they're completely getting rid of photos. You'll still be able to post photos, but they are looking to integrate their app to being more in competition with TikTok, with YouTube. Let me read what this says, and then we'll get into it. So word on the street is that Instagram is getting rid of photos. Earlier this month, one of IG's team members said that IG is moving away from photo-based to video. All of this is an effort to compete with competitors, like I said, such as TikTok and YouTube. What does this mean for you? For you being not only just the everyday person that uses Instagram to keep up with your friends, but also business owners, content creators. You can still post pictures on your feed, but their new features will be focused on optimizing video. I want to pause there because a lot of us have seen the switch in algorithm on Instagram and their push for you to use Reels. They want you to use that, and that's the way in which you'll pop up on the timeline more. Advice given from, go up real quick, I do want to say who I follow, who sends me all this update. It's Clash AEB. Basically, she's a social media like guru. But so Reels are going to be the new wave. New is emphasized, but we know that it's not new. Not only are they new, but you will eventually be able to get paid from Reels. So the same way we saw Clubhouse sort of try to integrate something to get the creators paid, Instagram is doing the same. By the end of 2022, they will invest over $1 billion in programs that will give creators new ways to make money. This will include things like bonuses that essentially pay you for your content. I assume this will also be a way that under whatever things Instagram updates, once you hit accept, Instagram will probably have ownership as well of whatever you put on the feed. I wanted to bring back what Alex brought us up to is that Twitter recently said that they are getting rid of fleets. Twitter is getting rid of fleets just 8 months after being introduced. Fleets allowed users to post full screen messages that expire after 24 hours, which was essentially like the IG story that we do now. the Fleets was never introduced to my goddamn Twitter
I've
account.
never watched a Fleet.
And I've never watched a Fleet. Apparently, they were designed to address the anxieties that hold people back from tweeting. So most users who posted Fleets were already active, and the new feature didn't make way for the new people joining the conversation like they hoped. And so they're deciding to part ways with it as of August 3rd, which is next week. I say all of that to say, I want to bring up the dependency that content creators have on these platforms.
Man.
And I specifically want to do that because one of the oldest things that a lot of people don't put into consideration is having a website.
Right.
Having a website that you pay someone to source, so like a GoDaddy, or you have a hosting site, but that's something that you could have all of your information present in one place so that all of these followers that you're accumulating on these platforms at any given point, Instagram, like what they're doing, can make those followers mean nothing.
Right.
It could disappear. It could leave.
There's no way to track there's no way to track any of the analytics then if we're not able to utilize the platform in its full capacity.
Well, and they were already doing that. There are certain people right now who no longer can see likes.
Right.
Who can no longer see views, and things like that is detrimental to someone who was making a living off of their analytics to not have those anymore.
Right.
And for those of you who have businesses on Instagram, we all saw the change in which a lot of businesses decided, fuck, now I gotta pay so that my posts are even seen on the timeline of people that follow me.
Right.
So they integrated these sponsored posts, forcing people now to spend money in order to market. I don't know. I find it interesting. I think that anyone listening, whether you have a podcast, whether you have a goddamn lash business, whether you sell hair, whether you sell clothes, whether you make fucking Instagram videos, I think it's important right now to figure out a way to not only grab all of your content from whatever social media platforms you use, make sure you have a backup of them, and consider spending the goddamn $12 for 2 years of hosting that it costs on GoDaddy. It literally costs nothing. You can go to fucking Squarespace and build a site for free. That costs, I don't know, like $100 or $200 for the year. And get you a website that houses your audio, your video, your pictures. And if you're garnering these fans that can potentially lead to how you make your money for a living, go ahead and grab all of that. One of the other things that I give goddamn super, super, super kudos to Ryan Leslie. If y'all haven't yet, he did an episode with Earn Your Leisure. Shout out my guys, Troy and Rashad, like over there at EYL. They are amazing. But emails, I don't think people even consider how important email marketing is right now.
Right.
Capture fucking emails. Like literally when I was on tour, when we did our first tour with Horrible Decisions, we put ourselves on tour. We literally paid for the venues out front, and then we fucking we kept everything at the door. We kept 100% at the door. We sold everything through Eventbrite. Do you know the conversation in Ticketmaster not even wanting to give us the emails once Live Nation got on board and WME got on board with our tour? They know the importance of emails. We only have our emails from our first tour through Eventbrite because we curated it ourselves. All of these companies know how much emails are worth. So again, if you start these platforms off or websites, have everyone join your mailing list when you start this shit.
Right.
So that if anything happens to these fucking platforms, you still have a way to reach the people that supported you.
And utilize the platform to drive people to your site. That's the other thing.
There we go.
Like when Instagram implemented the Linktree feature, I thought that was brilliant because it would allow people to go to every other site that had any content that you've curated, anything you've created, including your website, but also links to music, things like that, that ultimately the hub for all of that should be your website.
Yeah.
So utilize the Facebooks, the Instagrams, all of that, the LinkedIns, whatever it is that you utilize most, and drive traffic to your website.
Yep.
Whatever it is that you create, which should be your hub, your home base for everything that you do, everything you create. So
100%.
yeah, I mean, it's a little bit disturbing that I think, but I also, I mean, I understand why an app like Instagram would want to limit that kind of content, because a lot of money is made on Instagram without having to be passed through, funneled through Instagram without having to pay for it. You know what I mean? And that's why you're supposed to tag the ads and things like that. And I think they're just trying to protect their brand, but at the same time, everybody else that is a content creator. And I remember, folks, friends of mine that don't work necessarily in the industry, but they work industry adjacent, we'll call them, who used to say all the time, like, people who are content creators have to have 2 or 3 more passive income options that have nothing to do with whatever their output is on social media. Because if there's a social media crash, or the algorithm changes to such a degree that you're now having to pay out of pocket for this, and you have to pay to advertise for this, or the company that pays you now has to pay a premium in order to be present on the site. Like, it's all of these different things all these different variables that could really just throw off your mechanism and your strategy for making all the money that you're making. So I agree.
But I don't even know if we talked about it here, but at the end of the day, these platforms, while there's millions of us using it daily and they couldn't exist without us, I really believe that they could give zero fucks about us, and it's about the money and about, like,
of course,
even OnlyFans. OnlyFans is looking to get rid of sex on their platform because they want larger deals with corporations that would be able to align with a company without sex being involved. And sex workers on OnlyFans are how we, of course, know OnlyFans, but they're able to take OnlyFans is able to take 20% of
20%.
They take 20. So OnlyFans takes 20%. To compare that, something like Patreon takes 8%. If you integrate their merch app, they take 11%. But most of these apps aren't taking that large of a portion. I also have Shopify. Shopify, you pay monthly. They don't take any of your sales.
Right.
And so this idea too that even taking 20% of each person's OnlyFans not being enough to keep them in the sex space,
right,
but instead wanting to completely eliminate it altogether in order to make, I don't know, big pharma deals. I don't know what type of deals they want to make with these corporations.
Right.
But it shows like they don't give a fuck.
Well, they never did.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're selling our data from Facebook.
That's it.
Like, they're not
Period.
really, they've never really been that. They've never been about us, really. I just think we have to find new ways to capitalize on whatever curveball they throw at us, because I think the same thing happened with Instagram followers who have millions of followers. They amassed a million plus followers, but their engagement sucks. Now companies that are interested in hiring influencers, they're going to micro influencers, because now as much as you might have the most possible insights because of your audience, the people that have the most engagement and the most likelihood to get someone to buy what they're selling are with these micro influencers who have 500,000 followers or less. You know what I mean? Because anybody who's got 5-6 million followers is not responding to 10,000 comments. They don't have time. Nobody has time. So not even people who only make money on Instagram, they're not doing that because they have to make sure that their content output is crazy. And I have friends who do it full time.
I would just say
it's their whole lives.
Work harder, not smarter, but protect
smarter, not harder.
Is that what I said?
Yeah. No, you said harder, not smarter.
You know what the fuck I meant.
Yeah, but don't
work
work harder.
Y'all know I just
smarter.
Don't work harder, work smarter. And again, be sure that if these apps are going around doing something that could fuck up your business, that you have a plan B, C, and D in place. So I just wanted to bring that up because I saw that and I was like, oh shit, that's gonna affect a lot of people. Especially because, bitch, y'all know we aunties over here. I can't figure out these reels to say the shit takes too long. So now I gotta fucking hire someone else on my team to fucking make me reels, because the shit is a long time, baby.
I hate doing them, but
they're
cool.
awful. They're awful.
We get them done.
Well, last week we talked about shit we didn't care about and didn't get into TV. So we
much TV. I know we didn't even. Did we? I don't even think we got a chance to pass on all the congratulations that we wanted to pass.
No,
on.
Can we pass on all the congratulations? Hold on. I'm gonna let these motherfucking claps just go.
We have a lot of congratulations that we need to give out. I mean, we could start from this week and go back. We'll start with Issa Rae. Congrats to Issa Rae on getting married in the south of France. To her longtime boo, who we have not seen, by the way. Best marriage announcement ever. We've never seen this man, right? Or if we have, it's been like kind of in the cut. One or two pictures maybe in a story that we might have seen. But no, I mean, she looked radiant. She looked happy. She was glowing. And I love this for her. I loved watching. I love getting to see all the pictures of her and her bridesmaids. Her caption on her photo dump was really cute. I think she's exactly.
This gonna be
flying
my
high.
friend.
It's gonna be your announcement.
It's gonna be my announcement
when you get your promise ring.
When I get my promise ring, cause I don't even want to go down to the courthouse. I don't want to give me a promise ring, and then y'all will see our pictures in Greece or something. We gonna do like a week or two trip abroad. But no, this was the type of announcement because I love too that she has been able to be so public while being so private at the same time. I think that's what
Mastery.
I give. That's what I give that to J. Cole as well. Like J. Cole out here having whole kids and being married to a woman we ain't never goddamn motherfucking. Well, some of us have seen her, but like it's very silent, and so I love this for her. I really do, and I really hope she got a goddamn prenup because that bitch just sold. She signed 40 mil on HBO, and we just had the conversation. Issa, sis, I hope you protected yourself from the fucking goddamn.
They look great. Congrats to her and her boo. They look really happy. I love it. We love to see it. We love to see black love. We love to see beautiful black weddings. And in the south of France at that. Like, go off, sis.
I know that's right.
Subtle Flex has been brought to you by.
I know that is motherfucking right. I do also want to give a huge shout out to Shonda Rhimes.
Yes.
Shonda Rhimes, y'all know we've talked about, which I really loved the show that she brought to Netflix. What was it called again, bitch?
Which show?
With the white people? Netflix? What was that show? And it was really good. People? And the black man ain't gonna be on it no more, so I don't know if I want to watch
Bridgerton.
it. There we go, Bridgerton. Look at me sitting next to Bridget, not knowing about Bridgerton. But Shonda Rhimes.
Well, it was white people, bitch. That's why you didn't know.
But one of them was black, girl, and he ain't gonna be on it no more, so I don't know if I'm finna watch it.
Yeah, no.
But Shonda Rhimes inked a $300 million deal with Netflix,
and rightfully so.
And I wanted to congratulate her. I also wanted to congratulate the women that graced the Sports Illustrated magazine. One being that of Meg Thee Stallion, who is the first female rapper to grace it. And then can we get the was it
Naomi Osaka was also on the cover. She also had her own cover. And
not on Sports Illustrated though.
She had a Sports Illustrated cover. Yeah, she did.
She was in a bathing suit?
Yes.
Oh, I missed that one.
She was in a swimsuit as well. There was a few.
And then there was a trans woman. I want to get her name.
Lena Bloom is the first.
First trans woman.
Yeah, she's the first trans woman that graced the swimsuit cover. So congrats to all three women.
I want to, let me go ahead and give them another.
Yes. Congrats to all those women on covering. And Naomi Osaka, actually, we got a doubly.
Shout out to Naomi Osaka wearing the goddamn bathing suit that pops up on the sponsored post on my feed every fucking week. This is the bathing suit that Instagram keeps telling me to buy.
Is this Matt collection? Shit. Y'all need to send us swimsuits or send us a check for that, by the way.
Yeah, facts.
No, she bodied this shoot.
Yeah,
you know,
she
really
dope.
did. She also speaking of Netflix and television, she has a docuseries on Netflix right now. I've watched the first episode. Gonna get into the next couple ones. But it really gives some.
Real quick, this is definitely Matt collection, bitch.
Yeah,
that doesn't seem that.
Yeah, me too.
It's giving that.
It
or
is.
Icon Swim.
Let me see. It don't even. It don't. Not Icon.
It's giving the 2 for $26. That bitch, I be loading up on. I can't. Sorry.
But also another double congrats goes to Naomi Osaka because she lit the. She had the torch. She carried the torch. For the Olympics. The cauldron, is that what it? She lit the cauldron with the torch. Yeah, she lit the cauldron. To kick off the technically 2021, but 2020 Olympics.
Wait, did you see? Them niggas say we ain't spending money on new shirts. The shirt she's wearing says 2020.
You didn't want to spend no money on new shirts.
Did y'all see that?
Maybe
Go
the
back,
money.
Look,
yeah.
Zoom in.
Maybe the money.
So the Olympics wasn't gonna get something that said 2021 on it. Look, that bitch say 2020, bitch. They done spent all these billions of dollars and the Olympics couldn't motherfucking get an update on the print.
Y'all cheat. Y'all cheat. That is Pico De Ghetto as hell.
Pico De Ghetto.
That's it.
Goddamn, bitch.
But congrats to Naomi Osaka. And there was another woman that I wanted to congratulate.
I feel like there was.
And it was the director. I hate that I don't remember her name. Alex, can we pull up the creator of
Misha Green.
Misha Green.
Misha Green of Lovecraft.
She brought Lovecraft Country to Netflix because HBO decided to play themselves. And that's fine.
Play themselves.
Play yourselves the fuck out because Lovecraft Country was a phenomenal show. And I cannot wait to see what else Misha Green has up her sleeve. on Netflix because it's going to be great when it pops up on there for the next.
Okay,
the
and
next
the
season.
last of Black excellence here, I want to give another shout out to a woman in sports who I think has paved the way for a lot of us. I want to give a shout out to Jamil Hill. Jamil Hill,
Yes.
I know from my days of sports writing in Orlando. She did it for the Orlando Sentinel for years before landing ESPN, left ESPN, and inked a major deal with Spotify to bring on, it's a podcast network that will be centered on Black women. And so I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Jamil Hill because she was actually one of my huge influences when I got into sports media. It was her, and I do know of her from Orlando and writing for the Sentinel. So shout out to Jamil Hill. That's a major move here on the push forward for women to get up in these spaces and let these niggas know what the motherfuck it do.
Yes.
I'm next.
Yes.
All right. That was a lot. Yeah, we missed all that last week. Sorry, y'all. I had to rush out of here to JFK.
I know, and there's so much TV that we didn't get a chance to really get into. Dave, I started watching Atypical. I'm all the way caught up on Atypical now. I'm like, okay, binging season 4. Love that show. What else are we watching? Loki ended. I'm sad that I can't have like nerd moments with Loki.
Sorry, girl. Wait till we have guests, bitch.
I know.
You better
I gotta
start
wait.
asking your little nerds to come on the couch so you could
So we can
talk about that
dissect this
shit.
and the
What,
timekeepers.
Alex, why you ain't come to sit on the couch
The
so y'all can talk low
timekeepers.
key?
We got to talk about the timekeepers.
The only low
Alex.
key I know is on a podcast with Kaz and Rosie. Okay.
Shout out to the Say Less podcast. All the shows I watch are mostly the nerd shows. Physical on Apple Plus. Physical is a phenomenal show with Rose Byrne. And I love it. It's so good.
And I will
She's
say,
a phenomenal actress.
not that we're gonna give away really any spoilers with it. I did finally watch Space Jam.
Okay.
It was cute.
You didn't love it.
It was cute.
Damn.
You know what's crazy? And I don't know. I wanted to see more. I don't know. I really love the play, and I know it was in the later part of the movie. I do like the mix of the cartoon with real life. Like, I just know that we have the capability of doing that so well now, even better than when they filmed the original Space Jam. And I think a large portion of this was more animated than I would have wanted it to be. And I feel like it did have something to do with the fact that LeBron is still a current player. So I imagine these voiceovers to be done maybe while he was in the bubble. But regardless, he's still a very active player. And so I feel like the time in which he was realistically available to partake in a film like this while still being one of the greatest players alive, currently still playing, I think this would have panned out better if he was retired, in my mind.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that.
No?
I think no. I mean, I also watched the original Space Jam right after we watched this one, and so
Same.
I wanted to kind of like do a contrast and compare. And the cartoon of all of them I thought was cute because it only lasted for about 20 minutes, which was great because the movie was 2 hours long. But I did love the incorporation of all of the like. I love the fact, and it's a spoiler alert. So if you have not watched this movie yet, then I'm sorry, but oh well.
I think what you're about to say is what I didn't like.
I love the fact that when they tried to call Michael Jordan at the end, that they brought Michael B. Jordan out. And everybody was looking around like, no, this is Michael B. Jordan. This is not.
That's actually hilarious.
This is not the Michael Jordan. Like, you're bugging out. Y'all are crazy. And I love that. And I thought it was cool that they included and incorporated all the Warner Brothers, like, other things.
That's the part I didn't like.
From, like, Game of Thrones and Harry Potter.
Superman, DC, Marvel, like, they did all that.
I loved all of that because I think it really was, an homage and a beautiful collage of all of the things over the past like 25 years that have impacted and shaped a lot of the world of Hollywood for younger kids, right? Like the Harry Potter series and saga, Game of Thrones being the saga that
Even
it was.
Wonder Woman and the Amazon.
Yeah, I think including all of those things, right? Like getting a chance. I wish that we would have had some more Black Panther Wakanda references. That would have made me a little happier too. But I get that there's Marvel things.
I mean,
whatever.
bitch, they made a computer black. We got Don Cheadle as the whole goddamn interface of
and
WB,
I think
so I like that as well.
I think it's awesome. I really thought it was well done, considering that this was a kids movie, right? When we watched it, we watched the original Space Jam as kids. We thought it was the most brilliant thing ever. Watching it as an adult, I'm like, yo, this is. Y'all need to give Michael Jordan some more acting tips, because he was dry as hell. He was not that interested. He wanted to go play golf. He was not trying to talk to Bugs Bunny. Like,
but you know what?
You know
my
what I'm saying?
problem
And that was the energy I got from the original watching as an adult. But if I was a kid and saw this new Space Jam, knowing who LeBron is and knowing, you know what I mean? I think it was amazing. It was so amazing to watch. If I was a kid, I would have appreciated it more.
I wanted more from LeBron only because, what was it? Them Sprite commercials? What was it when he used to dress up and he did the Nutty Professor thing too and was a couple different people?
Right.
I've seen LeBron really, like, to me, show up and act. This was maybe because he was acting as himself.
Right. I was going to say, I think that plays a part, because even watching Dave this season, I'm also bored because I feel like he's playing himself, but it's too much. This season is not. Yeah, it's too much of himself. It's not as entertaining anymore. Season 1 was way better.
Yeah,
so, the Nike commercial.
The Nike commercial.
Yes.
So this let me know that LeBron could really act, but of course he played different people in each character. And so I was expecting more of this out of LeBron than I guess LeBron acting like LeBron. Like maybe LeBron. He was acting like a
with
dad
a whole different woman that was supposed to be his wife
I'm
and
like,
kids.
Savannah
that weren't his
couldn't
kids.
have acted like, bro. We wanted to see LeBron, and I like knowing that he was playing himself. I think we know too much of LeBron for it not to have felt much like LeBron.
Agreed.
Other than that, I thought it was cute. It was like I said, it was cute. It wasn't something that I would go back to, but again, I don't have kids.
No, I don't.
And
yeah, it's not a thing.
If I want to watch cartoons, I'm going to watch Big Mouth. So
there we go. Or go back and watch old episodes of Boondocks, because I needed to revisit
that part.
I needed to revisit Boondocks.
That part.
But yeah, other than that, it's been a good week. I'm ready to embark on new stuff.
It has been a good week. I'm glad to be back from vacation.
I know,
I'm glad
I missed you.
To get back into the studio. We hitting back doing some more Patreon shit.
Yes.
If y'all haven't yet, our shit on Patreon is pretty dope, and it's conversations unlike these. We're not talking about current events. We talk more about us. We still bring on our friends with benefits. We have a Make It Make Sense segment where we talk to other creative entrepreneurs on their journeys to become creative entrepreneurs. We did one with Bridget, and if I'm not mistaken, the one dropping this week may be with Asante.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
The Friend Zone.
Shout out to the Friend Zone
love
podcast.
the Friend Zone.
Asante is a really good friend of mine, and so we talk about how he left the food industry and quit that to be a podcaster full time. So we have those type of conversations. We talk about Bridget and all of her different career paths to get her right here on this couch with me. And again, this past week we had Devon Terrell for our Freshly Squeezed.
Yes.
And then y'all get episodes like this where we just go in and talk shit. So go on and join us. The link is in the description. Please. It's patreon.com/see the thing is pod.
Yes.
Follow us on all platforms. I'm going to leave out with this song because this is how I'm feeling. And these are the conversations that are going to be had this week moving forward across all platforms, across all ventures, across all friendships, across all relationships. There needs some straightening going on. And I'm going to make sure that that's had. You feel me? Shout out to everyone that tunes into us every Tuesday.
Y'all.
Guess who hasn't taken a day off? All right, we doing some straightening. We here, baby. All right, thank y'all for tuning in.
See you next week, baby.
See you next week. Ooh, with our special guest, baby. We got a Friends with Benefit.
Woo!
Hey.
Okay.
Shout out See the Thing Is. Shout out Joe Budden Network. Shout out Joe Budden Patreon. Shout out Joe Budden Podcast. Bridget was on the Joe Budden Patreon. Y'all go check that out.